I check the clock, wondering what he'll pull this time. I have a feeling that necromancer's outside, and I'm just trying to stay quiet. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I'll keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, promises and contracts I used to keep. I don't sleep much, that's crazy. How'd you know that? I keep myself up, that's maybe how you know that. Ooh, my hallucination I used
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. After a great first week of football, what does week 2 have in store? The Commanders and the Packers underway on Thursday night primetime.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Throwing right away is Daniels. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got him. It's Samuel.
A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
And the Washington first down.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
This defense for the Packers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
3rd and 4.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
They'll run here with a rookie.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
Now this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Play fake. Here's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now Daniels. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Open man is Noah Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
You look at this Packers defense.
They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to him.
Let's go now.
Throwing now is Daniels. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
15-yard line.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
Dances by him. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So finally, a first down run. The offensive line has got to feel a whole lot better about themselves because I think they were starting to wonder, were we ever going to solve this defense and be able to do what we like to do, which is run the football.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Daniels looking to throw.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down.
And on first and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and drop. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Robinson up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
40-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
You look at this Packers defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction, because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
With they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Come on.
Off the play fake, Daniels. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
60 by 60 by go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Here's Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially. So he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfly.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play Week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or Week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The Packers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ready. Red, 38, yellow, blue.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On fourth down, Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Let's go now.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Packers are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Love now. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
This is caught inside the 15.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
For our Green Bay Packer. First down and
Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This is real simple. When you're in 5 wide receiver formation, you don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally back there. You've got to get the ball out and with some dispatch because a lot of the aggressive defensive teams in the league, they see 5 wide receiver sets, they're automatically bringing pressure.
And they brought the pressure. He held on to it a little too long. Winds up getting hit as he releases it. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
To the air again. Love. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Packers are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
This is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. To the air goes Daniels. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's where you want to use your big tight end. Let him use his size and frame to go up and get the deep ball in the end zone. But that time, they couldn't connect.
To throw is Daniels. Open man is Samuel, complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
About this defense, they came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Gay on for the Washington field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They're on 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Ready?
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
53.
Off the play fake, Love. Right side to Watson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in field goal range.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Okay, ready? Ready? Cowboy 80.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Back to throw. Daniels. Under pressure, they got him again.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Come on, set. Ten, black.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Play action this time with Love.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. There's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Commanders have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the lead is now 2.
Makes the score. Commanders 16. Packers 14. Matt Gay to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To throw now. Here's Love. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And the Packers first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That connection seemed to work out okay on the first play of the drive. Why not go right back to it? And once again, this defense is left without an answer as they surrender back-to-back first downs.
Throwing. Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go now.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Down to the 42, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
95.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Come on, set. 60 red.
Love looking to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready.
Now Love. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. 20, 10, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. McManus's point after is good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
16.
Well done, play some D.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Green Bay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go, set.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. This is caught. Touchdown! Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score. Packers 28. Commanders 23.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing to start the drive. Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Love. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that 10th possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And that will force a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Double, 38. Back, blitz. Real green. Set.
Again, it's Love. That's taken in by Kraft.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Hey, red.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
And it's caught.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there, no. It appears they're going to mark him short of the 1st.
Bobby Wagner. A loss of 2 yards. It's now 4th and goal.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Brendan McManus on for the Packer field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
1st and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
Pass complete, Samuel.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
Here comes 2nd down.
Cowboy 80.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots, because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up, and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's good. for a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Here's Love. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Love looking to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half,